Once upon a time, there was a king named Kartaveeryarjuna. He was a very powerful king. He ruled the kingdom of Mahishmati. Kartaveeryarjuna was a very devoted person who prayed to a god named Dattatreya. Kartaveeryarjuna underwent rigorous penance for several years, during which he was granted two powerful boons. The first boon bestowed upon him was the ability to summon 1,000 hands at will, while the second was the assurance that only Dattatreya had the power to vanquish him. Kartaveeryarjuna's physical strength was so formidable that he was able to swim in the ocean effortlessly, and had even defeated the mighty Ravana in combat. However, he became too proud of his success and started mistreating his people and disrespecting the gods. One day, on a journey through the forest, on a hunting trip, he came across the ashram of the sage Jamdagni. The sage received the king and his entourage and supplied all their necessities. As he possessed Kamadhenu, the celestial cow which would supply anything its master demanded of it. The rude king wanted it for himself as he considered the holy man more powerful and wealthy by virtue of having it in his ashram. Jamdagni relied on the cow to perform his daily pujas and rituals, and more specifically the Agnihotra sacrifice, so he politely refused to part with the cow. Enraged by this, the king ordered his men to steal the cow and her calf and take them to his capital city. When Parasurama was away from home and later returned to the ashram, he heard about what Kartaveeryarjuna had done and was filled with rage. In his anger, he took his axe and a few other weapons and set off in the direction of Mahishmati Puri, the capital city of the king. When the king was just about to reach his capital city, he noticed Parasurama pursuing him with weapons. He immediately sent 17 Akshwinis, armed divisions of his army, to face him. Parasurama, being well versed in the art of warfare and physical combat, easily overcame the king's army and kept advancing towards him. Then Kartaveeryarjuna with his 1,000 arms took up 500 bows simultaneously, strung arrows in all of them and unleashed them towards Parasurama. By virtue of his special powers, it took Parasurama only one divine arrow to cut to pieces all of the king's bows and arrows. Undaunted, the king uprooted many trees and hills with his bare hands and rushed towards Parasurama, who easily deflected them. He then proceeded to cut off each and every one of Kartaveeryarjuna's arms and finally beheaded him as well. Kartaveeryarjuna was therefore put to death in front of his sons, who were 1,000 in number. Parasurama then freed the celestial cow Kamadhenu, took them home to his father's ashram. On hearing about the king's demise, Jamdagni was saddened and told his son that by killing Kartaveeryarjuna, who was an embodiment of all the demigods, he had committed a grave sin. He then instructed his son about the duty of a Brahmana, which was to cultivate the quality of forgiveness. Parasurama then proceeded to perform penance and austerities as his repentance for committing the sin of killing the king. But the sons of Kartaveeryarjuna, remembering the death of their father, wanted to take revenge against Lord Parasurama. And therefore when Parasurama was absent from the ashram, they killed Jamdagni, who was meditating on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Parasurama returning to the ashram and finding his father dead, he asking his brothers to take care of the dead body. Parasurama going out with determination to kill all the Kshatriyas on the surface of the world, he taking up his axe. Parasurama going to Mahishmati Puri, the capital of Kartaveeryarjuna, he killing all of Kartaveeryarjuna's sons. The blood of Kartaveeryarjuna's sons becoming a great river. Parasurama not satisfied with killing only the sons of Kartaveeryarjuna, he killing the Kshatriyas 21 times. No Kshatriyas being left on the surface of the earth. Parasurama joining the head of his father to the dead body, he performing various sacrifices to please the Supreme Lord. Jamdagni getting life again in his body. Jamdagni being promoted to the higher planetary system known as Saptarshi Mandala. Parasurama still living in Mahendra Parvata. Parasurama becoming a preacher of Vedic knowledge in the next Manvant.
Please subscribe to my channel. Do like and share the video.